Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is the end of the month, so we are wrapping up all of my monthly favorites and flops, products I've been loving all month long, and some that definitely didn't work out for me, including a few that came out of some BoxyCharm boxes this month that are just not it. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and don't forget to subscribe, because I upload every other day, and that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into this month's favorites and flops with me, stay tuned. Alright, I do have a lot to go over today, so I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible. First, I do want to talk about the sunglasses that I mentioned a couple videos ago. That video was not sponsored, this video is not sponsored, but I do want to go a little more in depth because I did get some questions because I told you that these came from Lens Direct, but I didn't tell you the model, and I have been really loving them, so obviously they are also a favorite. These are the Hyannis sunglasses, and they did give me a code that you can get 20% off. Not an affiliate code. I'm not making money off of this, but I will put that right here on the screen. They're very heavy duty, and after the Aviator, I don't want to say fiasco, but the Aviators that I had on that I don't love how they look on me. This is the shape that works better. And 20% off of $160 is still a pretty good savings. So they don't feel like cheap, flimsy sunglasses. They're nice, they are heavy, and they don't these are those that I can actually do things and they don't fly off my face. That is an issue I have so many times with sunglasses, where I put them on and then I look down and then they just travel down my nose. These are nice and stay on my face, which for me, super important. Definitely a favorite this month. It is May. It has been May. It has been sunny. I live in Florida. It's always sunny. But this month has been extra sunny, extra hot. So having a nice pair of sunglasses to distract me with my ring light is definitely awesome. So thank you again to Lens Direct for sending them over. But again, not sponsored. I actually love these. Next product, I am equally excited because I did a full video review on the BeautyForReal Golden Hour palette, which was available for pre-sale 2 weeks ago. This has been my go-to eye palette. Anytime I've been doing my eyes, I've been gravitating towards this. I love the way the mattes perform. I love the way the shimmers are. I love everything about this palette is perfection. I honestly don't see myself using anything else for my everyday. Obviously, when I get eyeshadow palettes, I test them out, I review them, I use them in videos. But then I always have one in front of me that becomes the staple for everything. And I could just see this very easily becoming my staple. I did get a request to do a tutorial with the pink and a tutorial with the blue, because those are the two that I have not yet used on camera. So I will be doing that in the upcoming weeks. In my original video, I said it was $38. I was mistaken, it is $36. This is available now for purchase, so you can get your hands on this. And yeah, it is beautiful. You need this in your life. It is absolute perfection. The next item came out of my Ipsy Glam Bag X. It is the COSUS The Big Clean Mascara. I was so ready not to like this because I am very particular about my mascaras, and comparatively, this brush is massive, but I was really happy with how it went on. It is obviously not my holy grail mascara. I do have to give that to the BeautyForReal High Def, and I mean, I like these tiny little baby wands because they get every single lash on my eyes. So if you are looking for a tiny wand, I'd still say go BeautyForReal. But this was definitely a favorite of mine, especially because the High Def was sold out, so I couldn't get a replacement. And yeah, now that that is back, you'll see me going back to my BeautyForReal mascara. But the COSUS one was a very good replacement, substitute, etc., while I was unable to wear that one. Amica had sent over this month their new Bust Your Brass collection. You guys know I used to use the original Bust Your Brass and really liked it for toning my hair. Right now my hair's in this in-between. I don't know what color it wants to be. I don't know what I want to do, but I definitely don't want ashy and I don't want yellow. So when Amica sent this over, I was really grateful because I've been using that to tone and take the yellowy brassiness out of my hair, so it's a little bit more ashy, which is what I like. And I've really enjoyed the formula. The mask is probably my favorite item because I feel like I can just go in, pop this on, and then use it with my normally curly hair products, which obviously my hair's pinned up today because I had to film and I didn't have time to do the whole routine. Otherwise, I wasn't going to get a video up, and I already missed one this month. But the Amica products are really nice for your hair, nice and hydrating. I've even noticed that if I use these on their own, I go in with my curl cream and my leave-in conditioner, and my curls are still pretty buoyant and bouncy and happy. They're not quite as hydrating as the curl products that I use, but obviously these are not curl specific products. So take that with a grain of salt. If you're doing the curly thing, you might have to augment this with a second item, which you can always use a leave-in mask. I've been really enjoying the 3-Minute Miracle Curls from Aussie because it's cheap and it's easy, and I use it after I use all these, and it gives me a little bit more of that extra hydration so my hair can be nice and coiled. The next two products come from Jouer out of my Full Face of Jouer tutorial, which I'll link up here. I liked a lot of the products I used. I was actually very happy with how the entire thing turned out, but I do have to give a special shout out to these two products specifically. The first is the Essential High Coverage Concealer Pen. I use it in the shade Toast. This has become like my go-to spot conceal. Like, I have a broken capillary on the tip of my nose, and I can just take a little bit of this, and then with the tip of my finger, just pat it out. And this is one of those concealer products where if you have deep under eyes but you don't want to wear foundation, wherever you kind of press this in and feather it in, you're not going to get that line where your concealer ends. So it's great for those no makeup natural days. You can take a tiny bit on the under eye. You can use this to prime your lids. But the most important part is that, you know, it doesn't look like I just put concealer on my nose. And I absolutely did. You watched me do it. Even when I turn to the side, you don't see the line where the concealer ends. Works really well in the under eyes as well. Liquid concealer is obviously always going to be my go-to when I'm wearing actual foundation. But on a day like today where I have nothing on, a little bit of this is everything. I do need to talk about the Jouer cream blushes because I used this in my Benji Crawl Bella Porch TikTok tutorial. And I just had this beachy, bronzy, blushy glow. It was super youthful and a little young for me. I'm in my 30s. I am not 21, so it was a little bit young for me, but I really like the way that this blended into the skin. A lot of the other ones I have from a lot of other brands that are cream blushes have a lot of shimmer and sheen to them. This has a little bit of more of a satin formula, so it gives you a little bit of glow, but there's no glow or sparkle to it. These are flat matte formulas. They actually did send over their French Riviera collection, which are the shimmery blushes that they just launched. I have not tried those yet, but they definitely have more of a shimmer to them, so I'm going to have to try those. But I feel like those will be more of a highlighter. For cream blush, I've been really liking this one. All right, I'm going to jump into the two flops. The first is from Bite Beauty. I thought I was going to love this product, and I absolutely did not. I used it in a video, and the color wasn't really true. I did find that it feathered a little bit. It's the Power Move Cream Matte Lip Crayon. A little too creamy to be matte is the best way to put it. I didn't get a clean lip line. I ended up having to grab a lip liner from my lip liner cup to make this work because it did kind of feather and get a little bit everywhere. So that's going to be a pass for me. Also, and you know I didn't like this product, the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Not really a highlighter, not really a concealer, and doesn't really do either. Too shiny to be an under-eye concealer, not glowy enough to be a highlighter, so it's kind of in this limbo in between that you're going to have to use another concealer with it, and you are probably going to want another highlighter with it, so it's kind of just an added wasted step for me. I do enjoy the original Shape Tape concealer. This is not a Bash Shape Tape or Bash Tarte moment, but this one just didn't work for me. I got in the shade Alight, and it just... pick a lane. Be a highlighter or be a concealer. Stop trying to be both. All right, now back to my last two favorites, because you know I don't like ending on a negative note. From Too Faced, this was the Melted Chocolate Matte Eyeshadow. I've been using this as an eye base, and I think it is beautiful. It is darker than the typical concealer shades that I use when I'm priming my lids. So it does give me a little bit of that transition shade already there. But it's such a pretty neutral color that I think it works well with everything. Mine is in the shade Chocolate Malt. Very good product. I'm actually going to be on the hunt for some other shades just because I love the way it wore. And then going back to that video where I did the super blushy look, I prepped my skin that day with the Desert Moon Illuminating Oil from Aether Beauty. This is a diamond-infused glow oil, and you know I love their diamond-infused highlighter, and these are actually in the same color. So obviously I knew I was going to like the shade of the oil, but I used it to prep my skin, and it wasn't greasy, it wasn't oily, and it didn't leave as much sparkle as I thought it would. So it just gave me this really beautiful glow. And I did use a matte foundation on top of it, so I was I used a hydrating foundation. I used a hydrating foundation, but it was not a tinted moisturizer. I used the ColourPop, this one, Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. It was nice, it was hydrating. It left a little bit of a dew, but the combination of those two was really glowy and really beautiful, especially for people if you have drier skin. You'll definitely love that combo. And those are my favorites and flops for the month. Let me know the products you have been loving, not loving, and just enjoying throughout the entire month. Hearing your recommendations is a great way I like to figure out what I want to try. It was your recommendations that pushed me to pick up the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation. Words are hard today. So I do love your recommendations, especially when you leave like your holy grail products, because then I have to go out and try them. Thank you again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!